In the material world of LA, it's hard to imagine this place would ever embrace a shy, down-to-earth Hoosier with a soft voice and a big dream. But that's just what happened. A romantic kid who once wore his heart on his music sheets is today a quiet giant in the music industry.
I was a sick in love child, because that was, because that's, you know, when I would have a crush on someone, and then I would kind of write that, rather than telling them, I'd tell the, you know, the paper.
And being back at North Central back in the high school days, would you ever know that your future would be what it is now?
No way.
No.
I don't know what I imagined. At this, looking back, I don't know exactly what I imagined my future to be. I imagine it would be in music, but not, obviously not to this level.
To get a true sense of that level, just look at some of the stars he's produced. Madonna, Whitney, Celine, Mariah, and Boyz II Men top a very long list. Who's your favorite that you've worked with so far, and who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with?
That's always a hard question to answer, because I don't think, I mean, I've loved working with so many of the artists, and you know, ended up becoming friends. So Eric Clapton's a great artist, and that was just one of those magic times when you put, you know, two artists together that worked together and found something that clicked. Was one of the highlights for sure. A really cool thing I just did, I worked with John Mellencamp, and came down to Indiana and went to Bloomington and worked with him.
How did that marriage work?
It was really cool. It was his idea. He called me, and he's doing a compilation of his hits, and he's doing 2 new songs. So I co-produced it with him, the 2 new songs on his record. But
first and foremost, the concert to fulfill a dream of the man who inspired him. When the late Reverend Charles Williams expressed this dying wish earlier, Babyface made it happen. That's one of the reasons why you're coming back to Indianapolis. The first time that you've ever played there solo is because of him, kind of as a favor to him. Is that right?
He's done so much for me over the years, even when he didn't know he was doing it for me. And so he's very, very important to me. And this is one of the wishes that he wanted in his life to happen. When can my heart beat again?
That wish, to see Babyface and his brothers perform a free concert in Indianapolis at Black Expo. It was Williams who, back in 1999, successfully lobbied to name 20 miles of I-65 after Edmonds.
I was surprised, and like, why me? Reverend Charles Williams, he kind of mentioned that he was going to do it, and I didn't believe it.
He also didn't believe the success he achieved in film and television. With his wife, Tracy, he created Soul Food, the movie, and long-running series on Showtime, which just ended this year.
It was it's the first black, you know, hour drama that, you know, was successful and was able to do it even, you know, 5 seasons. So.
Do you think it was time for it to go?
You know, the interesting thing is that with black dramas is that as the series goes, at some point they have to be able to sell it, and those are just very hard things to sell.
But at the end of the day, it's not about selling shows, albums, or singles.
I want to be remembered as, most of all, as a great dad to my sons, Dylan and Brandon.